Okay, so the first book that we're going to publish is about Kimmy the Koala, and he helps the forest. And this book is about a koala that gets all the animals in the forest together to stop the logging of the forest. And the loggers contact the police because Kimmy gets all the animals to stand in front of the bulldozers to stop destroying the forest. And then the police come and they organise a meeting with Kimmy the Koala and the loggers, who then go on to educate the loggers and the police about what wildlife need so that they can actually survive. And as a result of this brave action that Kimmy the Koala took, all the wildlife are there for generations, future generations to enjoy. Okay, so
Number 2.
The second book is about Daisy Flower, who wasn't afraid to be herself. And this is a book about a flower that did not have any confidence in herself at all. She felt alone and she wanted to be accepted by others. And for a while she tried to be the same as the other flowers, but she found she couldn't do this and it didn't feel right for her and she just didn't fit in. So then she became true to herself, and by doing that she actually really shined as being herself. And she realised that being different to everyone else and being yourself is actually a great thing. And it's very good for the world. And everybody needs to be true to you and what your beliefs are. And you're really good enough just being you and being the true you. Yeah. So that's the second book. The third book is the book about an octopus who was too touchy-feely. And Jack the octopus touches Rosie, she's a dolphin in the sea, and he touches her uninvited, and she reports him for his bad behaviour. She doesn't feel okay about him touching her all the time. And he has to learn about boundaries and about not touching everyone he has contact with. And he's sent to a psychologist called George who educates him about this, but he still refuses to use boundaries with others and respecting others, and he goes on touching all the sea creatures in the sea without getting their permission. So he ends up in jail because the sharks of the sea are the police, and they put him in jail, and he's left in the ocean in the sea jail for his bad behaviour. And he's caused a lot of distress to a lot of sea creatures, including Rosie. And so this book educates teenagers and pre-teenagers about boundaries, about sexual assault, and about what happens when you report it to the police. And there's also a call line for you to contact and get help for. Okay, the next book, number 4, this is about Stanley the Starfish. And Stanley the Starfish was bullied by his brother Steve, who would take delight in teasing and bullying him. And Stanley lost 2 of his tentacles at the bottom of the ocean, so he became disabled. But he didn't give up, and even though he was laughed at and bullied, he still tried to do normal activities like before. And he ended up being called Stumpy Starfish as teasing. But after a while he got good at doing things without his extra tentacles, so he ended up being called Sprinting Starfish because he was so fast. And he didn't think he was special, but the other sea creatures in the sea, they said that he was very special, that he shone very bright for all the sea creatures to see, and he didn't let his disability stop him from achieving his goals, and he never ever gave up.